Covert narcissist sounds like some cool label,
Right.
but knowing that narcissists are just selfish, self-centered people, to say they're covert, self-centered, covertly selfish, doesn't sound as cool, right? Doesn't sound as like labeling as like as possibly psychiatric necessary. The
Right.
buzzword just isn't there. And when you look at it that way and you use the word as defined, you lose that whole like cringeworthy thing. You're using a word that's just broadly saying something that it's not what it means. What are you doing?
I'm Googling the definition of covert narcissist.
Okay.
So covert narcissist describes a person who has narcissistic personality disorder, but does not display the grandiose sense of self-importance that psychologists associate with the condition. So a covert narcissism has traits of an overinflated sense of self-importance, lack of empathy, a need for excessive admiration, sense of entitlement, surrounding yourself with superficial relationships, taking advantage of others for personal gain, resistance to change, and hyper-focusing on fantasies or grandeur.
So self-centered selfishness.
Right. So, covert narcissism. Would you have to have all of those traits to be considered a covert narcissist?
I mean, maybe everyone is a narcissist. Everyone on the
Right.
planet is self-serving.
Right, but
You prove that by eating.
right. The question I'm asking though is, I just read that whole list of things.
Right. I don't know enough about that in terms of clinical diagnosis
Right.
to say if you need 3 of those, or with borderline, there's 13 questions,
Yeah.
or it might be 30, it might be 10. I don't know. It's been a while since I took the test, but if you answer 6 or higher, you have borderline.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that not all of those are required to meet that title. It's probably a percentage.
Right. So the reason I'm asking that is because if you're with somebody who lacks empathy, but they don't have all of those other things, they're not a covert narcissist. They
Right.
just lack sympathy
Right.
or empathy. If say your relationship is not a good relationship, but all of their other relationships are great,
Right.
just because your superficial relationship is bad does not mean that they're a covert narcissist, because all of their other relationships are fantastic.
Right.
So that was the point of me asking, do you have to have all of those things to be considered a covert narcissist?
Right. That makes sense. The idea that they were together for 5 months and there was no hint of narcissism at all.
Right.
And all of a sudden that things aren't going good and that's her default calling somebody something. Yeah. Come on. I don't.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that, found it entertaining, funny, or even learned something you didn't know before, share it. And if you're not subscribed, why aren't you? And for those of you who want to support us, get access to exclusive content and live streams, we do have a Patreon. All the links are in the description.